Honorable guests, Your Excellence, ladies and gentlemen, now I also got the text of my speech, part of my speech. Welcome to this conference, which is about cooperation across the Gulf of Finland, not this time along the Gulf of Finland, because out of 3 classic partners, only 2 are today on board. And that's why this conference title is somewhat different from the other titles in this series. We try to think what we have achieved, but even more importantly, to think where and which form could be the future of our cooperation. And the thoughts are that the experience in the Gulf of Finland could be a nucleus important for the rest of the world. And first of all, a nucleus which has experience on transboundary nurture of the marine environment, and this nucleus is in a massive transition today. So we know that the Baltic Sea is kind of small ocean. In terms of level of variability, which is comparable to that of the ocean. And this is the point of the Baltic Earth initiative, which treats the Baltic Sea as a small model and very useful model of the ocean. So the Gulf of Finland could be understood as pointing to the future in terms of a nucleus of things which may happen in the future. I don't have here in mind expansion of military conflicts in the world. I have here in the mind the experience from the Cold War times when science and marine science was one of the channels of science diplomacy. We do have here many things which are interesting to us and possibly instructive to many others. Be it extreme variations in hydrography, salinity from some 15 gram per kilogram down to 0 at the Neva Bight. Be it harsh living conditions for the ecosystem in rapidly changing salinity, both in space and time. So it is harsh for the ecosystem because we know that there is a minimum of variability and richness of ecosystem at some level of salinity. We have extreme variability in terms of appearance and nature of the coasts, from bedrock-based archipelago down to classic sandy and gravel and even muddy coasts in some parts of this water body. The same is for the bottom sediment. Some places are basically void of fine sediments and some places are covered by mud. We have one of the largest level of anthropogenic impacts, be it 3 large rivers which are discharging to the eastern part of this bay. This area is bordered by radically different countries, not in terms of the level of lifestyle, but in terms of thinking about themselves, about the future of the world, and about how to protect the environment, and about whether the environment needs protection at all. So this is not simply interdisciplinary challenge, what we have here in the Gulf of Finland. It should be termed completely different with whatever buzzword is now being used in science administration, be it so-called cross-sectoral or transdisciplinary or even holistic. You say it, it's all applicable. And on top of that, this area has one of the strongest impact of climate change among many regions of the world. For example, the changes in ice regime are the fastest in the world on the latitudes of the Gulf of Finland. And plus, navigation loads and possibility to damage critical infrastructure just by misusing ship anchors. So we are living, in some sense, in the center of the world. And I think that it is our, not challenge, yes, also challenge, but opportunity to share our experience, to spread the world about how such complicated systems can and should be analyzed from scientific viewpoint. Having said that, it's my pleasure to declare this Gulf of Finland and Eastern Baltic Sea Science Days, I stress, and Eastern Baltic Sea Science Days 2023 open. And it's my honor to chair the first session and announcing the first keynote for today, which had a very clear title in the first part of the program, but now it has been changed, maybe because of keynote, to a much more complicated title, Improving Gulf of Finland Wave Forecast and Statistics, given by Hedi Kanarik with many co-authors. Hedi, you're welcome.